Connecticut 601 Shadow. Welcome to our Week 2 game of the CPC Season 5. And we are facing off against foul-up coach of the Eindhoven Drapions. It's the battle of the commissioners, if you will. So, to talk about to go through our team that we brought this week, I was kind of pressed for time in the week, so the prep may not be as great, especially in the later half of the team. But first off, we are looking at and let me actually pull up his team on my phone really quickly because I am using Camtasia and I don't want to bring up the sheet because it'll probably not fit on the dimensions that I have or just like barely fit, and I don't really want to take that risk. So he definitely has a very threatening team nonetheless. Okay, so his team is Celesteela, Latios, Krookodile, Decidueye, Ninetales, Alola, Greninja, Lantern, Lycanroc, Day, Coughing, and Mega Charizard X. So a very threatening team. So the first thing I really saw in this team is that it looks like Zygarde has a very good matchup. It can do a lot to a lot of the mons that he has. So ideally, Zygarde was the first mon that I got, and so I found that's a standard, pretty standard DD set would suffice. We're running Jolly, and you're running Jolly, just typical DD, 1,000 arrows, outrage, extreme speed. I had a feeling that the Alola Ninetales would come, but if I can get that thing out of the way early, I would be able to, if I got that and Celesteela out of the way, I would be able to click Outrage without any issues, especially at +1, and I'd be able to do a lot of damage to a lot of things with that. But also, we have 1,000 arrows that can do damage to Celesteela, and extreme speed for picking things off. So, pretty standard there on the Zygarde. But next up, we have the Mega Gallade here. We are running a especially defensive Mega Gallade this week. He definitely has some very potent special threats, such as the Latios. Celesteela could be special. Alola Ninetales, Greninja, Lantern, a bunch of special threats. So running bulky Gallade with bulk up, so that if we can get some bulk ups up, then we'll be even better on the Fizz Def side as well. Then Drain Punch for HP, and then Wish Protect. So this could be very interesting for sure. So we'll have to see how this goes. But this guy can definitely is definitely very solid for the matchup. The only thing that kind of messes with this is Coughing, but we should be able to get Coughing out of the way beforehand, or have the immediate answer to Coughing being the Zygarde. So to move on now, next up we have our Tapu Bulu. We are running Scarf Bulu again this week, which we are bringing Wood Hammer, Mega Horn, Zen Headbutt, and Brutal Swing. Brutal Swing being for the Latios mainly, which I think definitely be a threat. But everything else does a lot of damage, so we will definitely Bulu will definitely be putting in a lot of work in this matchup. But to go to our fourth mon, we have Torkoal here. We have Torkoal's actually fun. I'm not going to try to spoil the match because I already played the match, but Torkoal's a lot of fun. But we have Leftovers and Drought here. Best needs for some reason, but we have Lava Plume, Solar Beam, Toxic, and Gyro Ball. Sneeze went away, which is good. And running max defense, Torkoal can tank a lot of stuff. Like Mega Charizard X at +1. Needs to 3-hit KOs this thing, and we can just Toxic it, which is really nice. We also have Gyro Ball for some of his faster mons like the Latios, the Krookodile. Krookodile 2-hit KOs this, and then Solar Beam is really fun because we have Drought, and we could use it to get a good chunk of damage on the Krookodile. We can't kill it, we can't OHKO it, but it does over half, so that will definitely be really fun, especially if that can work out for us. But Torkoal is definitely a pretty nice mon, and it's going to be a good wall for this matchup. But next up we have the Drapion here, which is kind of funny because I have Paul's mascot and he has my mascot, so it's kind of like the battle of the mascots as well. So we're running Drapion here. We're running an interesting set because of that Krookodile. The Krookodile can be if the Krookodile if it's Jolly, then an Earthquake will I have a chance to live it. So if I'm able to from full HP, so if I do, then I'm able to go for agility and have weakness policy, and and with the speed, I'm speed creeping with a +2 from agility. I'm speed creeping a Scarf max speed Latios, which is the fastest mon on his team, and I have knockoff for that, which can be really good. So if this could work, that would be really cool. Maybe as like a late game option or something like that. But there's that. Then we have to have coverage moves on it and max defense to be able to actually live that hit from Crocodile. And then lastly, to make Drapion's life a bit easier, because of course we don't have as much attack as we could, we have Klefki for mainly just hazards and kind of just set I threw together the last minute, because I did say that the prep wasn't that great on the latter half of the team, in my personal opinion. But Klefki was just focus, sash, prankster to get spikes up, get some hazards on his side. Thunderwave, toxic, and then foul play. So nothing really too much on the Klefki. But with that, we're gonna go into the game now, and hopefully we can pull out a win, and we can be 1-1 since we did suffer a loss last week. So moving on to the game here, the first very important thing that I notice here is that he does not bring the Latios, and he does not bring his hazard removal either. And I just realized the game is on the wrong side, and I'll fix that once I start the battle. But yeah, he has no Latios, no Decidui, so his hazard removal is not here. He doesn't have the Latios. It's very cool for me. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go with my plan of setting up hazards with Klefki, setting up those spikes. So we're gonna start off the match here. I'm gonna switch sides. So he's gonna lead off with the Crocodile. I'm gonna lead off with my Klefki. We have Prankster, so I'm able to just get up my spikes. So I have spikes. He gets up his rocks, which sucks for Torkoal, but it's alright. So I'm gonna get up a second layer of spikes. He's gonna Earthquake, and now here I make a sort of big misplay right off the bat. I forgot at this time that that dark types now cannot get hit with moves by Prankster. So I decide to try to toxic this thing before I go off instead of getting a third layer of spikes up. But I try toxicing, but I get but then it tells me that Prankster moves don't have any effect on dark types. So I'm like, well, there goes that. But now I can go in the blue and force him out no matter what, and I'm actually gonna make the double there. Go into my Mega Gallade, as he's gonna go into his Celesteal, which was the optimal play on his part. So now I'm gonna Mega Evolve, and I'm gonna go for the bulk up right here, seeing as he can't kill me with anything he has. He's gonna go for the Leech Seed, which does kind of suck, but now I'm gonna go for the Drain Punch. Drain Punch does almost 40%, which is very solid. And then this Heavy Slam, based on the calcs I did, he's probably a defensive variant or has some defensive investment. I'm gonna go for the Wish as he goes for the Heavy Slam here. And after calcing, I see I can go for another Drain Punch here, and I will be okay from the Wish. So Drain Punch, he's going to Heavy Slam. It's going to leave me at 18, but the Witch is going to bring me back up pretty nicely. And then the Grassy Terrain recovery as well, which is going to help. But now here, I believe I switch out on this turn. Yes, I do switch out. I go into the Torkoal, which can tank basically anything from the Celesteela, especially if it's only physical moves. He goes into his Charizard now, as right here, he's going to switch out into his Crocodile on my play to click the, I believe I click Toxic here. Yes, I do click Toxic. And now we're in the sun, and this is why I said Torkoal is really fun. He went for the Earthquake, and I clicked the Solar Beam, I was actually kind of happy about this. And this next part of battle was kind of funny in the grand scheme of things, because I would assume it was a roll. I haven't actually done the I didn't actually do the calc. I probably should have, but if we go here, he's gonna click Knockoff on this, and actually live at 1%. So I'm able to knock him out with a Solar Beam. Actually, not a Solar Beam, but a Lava Plume. I went for Lava Plume in case he wanted to switch into maybe Celesteela. So Torkoal has 1 kill now, but now Charizard, he's gonna actually set up his Dragon Dance as I go for the Toxic. I sort of disagree with that because I did reveal Toxic prior to that, but maybe he just wanted to get a free setup with his Zard. So it could make sense, but also now he's on a timer with the Toxic damage, and because he's Mega'd, then he can't switch in and out freely because now he'll take spikes damage. So now he's gonna go and kill off my Torkoal here, which is totally fine. It's at 1 HP. It was at 1% anyway, so it's not like it was gonna live through too much more. Then Galad's gonna come back in. I'm gonna go for the Protect to try to get some toxic damage on him. He's gonna go for Flare Blitz, and now it's gonna drop him down anymore. So here, because there's rocks up on my side, my Drapion and the Krookodile is already down. My Drapion plan won't really work. So I'm going to sack off Drapion. I'm hoping that he'll Flare Blitz so that he can get a lot more damage on himself. And he doesn't inflect Flare Blitz, which that plus the toxic damage will put him in range of a Zygarde E-Speed. So we're able to just knock this thing out with E-Speed, which is really good for us. Getting out this major threat. Because if I wasn't able to get that out of the way at that point, it would have been definitely major trouble for me. But now he's going to go into his Alolan Ninetales, as I'm going to switch out, go into my Mega Galade, as he's going to go for the Blizzard. Blizzard does a good amount of damage, but at this point I forgot about the Hail. I wasn't factoring the Hail, but he just goes for a Moonblast anyway and is able to knock me out. So definitely good on him with that. But now I go into my Bulu, and this is a very important turn. I'll talk about other factors that affected this after the game, but now, yeah, I'll talk more about what happens here after I go through the end of the game. But now, I'm gonna go for the Wood Hammer, which knocks the thing out, and I do take a lot of recoil, which sucks, but we do get that thing out of the way, which is really good for Zygarde in the long run. So now I'm gonna sack off my Bulu here because there's no point in trying to switch out Zygarde, because I know he's gonna want to try. I knew he was gonna try to read that and go for Leech Seed. So it's definitely good that that I was able to get that read, and now I'm gonna go for the Wood Hammer, and it will get some more damage on him, and he's gonna knock me out with the Heavy Slam. So now it's Zygarde versus the world, and hopefully he's gonna get that defense boost. But now he's gonna go into I'm gonna go into Zygarde. So now he may have thought that I would either try 1,000 arrows, get some damage onto this thing, or I would Dragon Dance. That was really my only course of action. I wasn't going to Outrage at all because there was still a Celesteela in front of me. So I decided my best play is to Dragon Dance because Celesteela can't really touch me. Even if he goes for a Leech Seed, he can't really touch me too much. So I predict him to go for Leech Seed. Either way, I felt like that would have went. I think that would have been his better play here, but he's actually going to switch out and go into the Lantern as I get up a Dragon Dance, and from here I'm able to knock out this Lantern with 1,000 arrows, just completely obliterate that Lantern. So then next up he's going to go into his Greninja, and at this point I still did not think I was safe, because of the fact that he could be Scarf Greninja and just saving it for the end, and he could just click a nice Ice Beam on me. But it turns out he's not Scarf, so we actually do have this game in the bag now, because Celesteela doesn't have that 1.5 times defense boost, and we get a crit, which doesn't really matter in the fact that I would have 2-hit KO'd anyway, depending on his investment and whatnot. But now what I was referring to before with the significance of the end game there, I had actually kind of lost hope in me being able to win, and I had typed out GG before at the turn of, let me scroll back to it. Yeah, I typed GG around this turn, which I should not have done, because after talking to Fallop after the match, it sort of it really impacted his plays, and he wasn't playing as well as he would have, because he thought, Alolan Ninetales will clean up the game, but I was Scarf Bulu. So, definitely my apologies to him for that. Hopefully next time we play, we can have a lot better game than that. But we do get our first win of the season here. We do get a 1-0 victory. We're 1-1 -2 right now. And next week we face Yost, coach of the Angels of Beheim, and he's a very good coach, so hopefully we can get another win from that. But that's going to be it for this battle. Thank you all for watching. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you all next time.